Hey guys, after many years of trying to be productive in my life, I found that there's not just one thing that you can do to be to make you a superhuman, like productive person like Elon Musk that works 100 hours a week. You know, you have to have many different systems in place, because the reason that you're procrastinating is not always the same reason. You know, one time it can be because of your emotions, one time you're procrastinating because of stress, another time you're procrastinating because of something physical, another time the work might just be hard to do, you know. So you need different strategies for different situations. And you also, you need to find out what works best for you. What works good for some people doesn't always work well for others. And that's why I want to give you as many different strategies as I can to help you find what works best for you. And so in this one, I'm going to be talking about the Pomodoro technique. But before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified when I release a new video. So the Pomodoro technique is really quite simple, actually. Simply, you work for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and you have 5 minutes break. And then you work for another 25 minutes and you have another 5 minutes break, and you do that 3 or 4 times, and then you give yourself a longer break, about 30 minutes or so. This has been a proven and a scientific way of really being able to keep your focus. But you've got to plan ahead. So you've got to make sure you know what task that you're going to be working on before you start. This is so you can be as productive as possible, so you're not wasting like 15-20 minutes wondering what am I going to do, and then your first 25 minutes is just like sitting there just wondering what you're going to do, and then, you know, it's just wasting time. So you have to make sure you know what you're going to do before you're going to do it. Also, having a time with you to track when the 25 minutes is up is a really good thing to have. Like I like to use a piece of software called Focus Me. Like, you don't have to use that, you can just use a timer on your phone or something. But what Focus Me does is it allows me to use the Pomodoro technique, and it does it all for me. But it's also a software that blocks out distractions. So whenever I'm in my 25-minute work period, like, I can't go on social media, I can't play in games or anything else that I choose that is a distraction for me. But prior to doing this as well, you want to look at your environment and the distractions around you as well. So it's not just the fact that you need to stop procrastinating and try and be out of focus, but you need to worry about what's around you and where you are, because you want to minimize the amount of distractions as you can, whether it's just go into a different location, or whether it's getting the stuff around you that's really distracting, get it out of your sight, getting it out of your mind. Or maybe it's just putting headphones on because you've got like family, you've got people in the house, you've got stuff going on outside, and you just want to just try and reduce that noise as much as possible. You want to do as much as you can to remove the distractions. Make it as easy for you as you can to be able to focus as much as you can. Also, if you can, I would recommend you go to a separate room. If you've got a spare room that nobody really uses, make that into a sort of an office, into your workspace. I find that I'm so much more able to get work done when I have a room, or even just like a little separate space, and you associate that place with just doing work. So it could be like a little corner in your room, in your bedroom, and you just block that off with I don't know, you just hang something from the ceiling, so it's separated from the rest of your room, you know. I like to keep my work and my pleasure separate. And I've found that to be one of the best things to help me with my productivity. And if you can combine all those things together, so if you can combine your environment with the distractions, with the Pomodoro technique, like, you can really have so much more success, because you're just piling good thing on good thing on good thing onto good thing. You know, so try out the Pomodoro technique and see how it goes. See if you can separate your work life and your pleasure into two separate parts. So make sure in your work area as well, you don't do any pleasure in there. It's just specifically for work. Because if you associate that place for work, you'll be able to focus much easier. That's the reason why a lot of us struggle to procrastinate a lot, is because we try and work in the place where we want to relax, where we want to have pleasure, you know, where we want to have fun. So try out the Pomodoro technique, plan what you're going to do, sort out a space where you can focus, where it's just about work, and prepare before you start. That's the most important thing. The preparation is more important. Alright, and then let me know in the comments below how it went. Alright guys, that's it for today guys. I'll see you in the next video.